Let's jump right in.
Yeah. Why don't you introduce it in season 2, Kelly?
Well, yeah, we're kicking it off. Season 2, I came flying in because like the adult child that I am in my household, when we drove past Rydell Car Wash and I saw the Tunnel of Terror, which led me to several jokes about Matt's experiences in the hockey world. I was like, wasn't that your girlfriend down in North Carolina's nickname, Tunnel of Terror? Anyways, not nice. But I made my husband and child go through the haunted car wash because Halloween is one of my favorite seasons. So stay tuned. I will be dressing up, but I never say what I'm dressing up as before.
I'd like to tell you, Kelly, how proud of you. You started down the Tunnel of Terror joke, and my brain went, there's no way she's going to make that joke. Yeah. And then you kind of wandered away from it. I was like, yeah, she wouldn't make that joke. And then you totally made that joke.
I did. I'm a bad person, but I'm not changing. So
you're in good company.
Yeah, exactly. I've never yet left Matt alone a day since I've known him, and I'm not starting now, or he would think something was wrong. So.
Well, it's nice to settle into that type of routine, right? So everybody just knows their role, and I think that's healthy.
That is healthy, all right? Yeah. That's so we don't wind up in mediation like you guys were talking about.
No,
I would definitely tell Matt to settle. I'd be like, Matt, you got to settle. You're not going to win this one, dude.
She's not right.
Yeah. She settled once for you. You need to pay her back now.
Yeah.
Just you listen. There's what's that old saying? Why is divorce so expensive? Because it's worth it. That would be accurate. But we're Catholics, so we'll die together. So there's that.
Also fair. Which is really how it was intended, I think, right?
Yeah, well, Kelly shares what all good, long-lasting marriages share. It's children and mutual debt.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. We have several things that make it not ideal to split up. So it's a really great thing.
How many times can you learn the right way to load a dishwasher too? You know what I mean? Like at a certain age, you're like, there's no way I'm going to pick up all these things again.
Yeah.
I didn't catch them when I was 50.
I
didn't catch them when I was 25. There's no way I'll catch them now.
Right.
Which reminds me of a very important year one marriage argument. When you put the dishes from the dishwasher into the cabinets, do you go cup upward or cup downward?
I always go down.
Cup down.
Were you always like this, or did a spouse or significant other change you?
No, I think that's just how we did it in my house growing up. Because I heard, you don't want dust in the cups. I don't even think that's a thing. It's not like they're sitting in there for a year and a half, but before they get used again. But
this cup has been sitting in mine for 2 years, and I brought it because I didn't mind that.
And there's not an ounce of dust in it because it was placed in the correct way.
Yeah, there was dust in it.
I know you guys never get my movie references, but I sure hope you've seen.
We have seen Beer Fest. Yes, okay. We have seen Beer Fest.
Oh, I've also seen Das Boat. Want to talk about that?
No.
I've been on 2 different U-boats.
You got to twist it. That's the key, so it doesn't blow
the
up.
Bubble.
The bubble. The bubble.
One of the reasons I'm on the second Mrs. Kosher is because I made the first one watch Das Boat on New Year's Eve once.
Well, that might have led to the demise. Yeah. That's why she's the first Mrs. Kosher, and there's now a second.
It's also a tough thing. She ruined the end of the war for me. I didn't know how World War II ended. It's like, come on, spoiler alert. Bullshit.
Who wins?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's never
those nice weird fellows with the cool hats might have pulled it off, but I guess not.
They didn't.
It's nice to know 5 minutes into season 2, we've gone off the rails just as fast as we did in season 1.
Well, we've been missing each other, guys. And now we get to take this energy into hockey season. That's the beauty of getting your kids on the same team. So
100%. And
the other parents are so lucky. They're so lucky. Yeah. They get this every weekend
For free.
until March.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unsponsored shenanigans. Unsponsored shenanigans.
they are so lucky.
Part of the deal there too, one of the reasons I developed such an affinity for the characters in that movie is they all reminded me of Corey. So I really hoped they'd pull through, but it wasn't to be.
Which one are we talking about?
Yeah,
Josh?
Corey, you know where I'm going with this.
Ouch.
Sorry.
I used to blame Mrs. Kosher 1 in the whole breakup situation, but I'm starting to side with her a little more every day.
Man, I wish she not okay. Because granted, Amanda is my woman, so I would have to I don't know, spit on that woman or something.
Yeah.
I would have to just to prove my alliance.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like her to pop up somewhere. The curiosity, it gets to me a little bit. So,
Season 2, episode 5, Kyle part 2.
Special,
We bring on the first Mrs. Kosher.
Wow, yeah, that'd be a big one. You could do this is your life surprise episode?
Yeah. It wouldn't be weird at all. Okay?
No,
Wouldn't be. Yeah.
So anyways, Kyle, we didn't
Give it
tell
a
you, but she's coming on here in 3, 2.
1.
Corey and I actually have a surprise. This was a segue. Everybody welcome. Mrs. Kosher numero uno.
I still can't find one of my Canadian t-shirts from 1995, so maybe that answers that question too.
There you go. Like I said, I have to be mean to her.
Unrelated but totally related question. Can we call Amanda the Deuce?
The Deuce?
Oh, I don't know.
You could try.
I don't really want to.
No, we'll make Nat do it. He's always in enough shit with her anyways.
Oh,
Be
man.
like, Nat,
I'm cutting that off.
this would be really funny. But do it when we're not around, okay?
Yeah.
I miss the days when she still did the editing for this because she would then hear that joke the first time.
And then cut it.
Yeah.
Cut it in the room floor.
My woman.
Yeah. Any thoughts, hopes, or dreams for season 2?
Wow, talk about just dropping a beauty on us there.
Made it real heavy.
Yeah.
No, just let the good times roll. That's it's usually how I approach everything, which upsets my husband a lot because financially that's not a great plan. YOLO gets me in trouble a lot.
Sure.
Because you only live once, but it turns out you wake up tomorrow, so you can't spend like you're not going to. But I defend my decisions.
Yeah, and I think that's it presents a sort of an interesting look into some personalities, Kelly, because I think you and I share that just let's see what happens type of deal. But
let's do it.
I show up on time for it.
That is true. I struggle. I would love to say that I try, but that wouldn't be entirely true either. So this is again New Year, same me, and it's not even a New Year. We're in October, but I'm gonna get ready in January. I'll be reminding you guys, New Year, same me.
Yeah,
I'm not back on my bullshit. I've always been on it.
That's fair too. And again, there's no sense of pretending to be something you're not, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, Kelly shares that north side thing like Tony Bina, where he just kind of walks in 2 minutes late for everyone and says, "Look at me."
Maybe that's the connection. Maybe it is a North Ender thing where we're just sorry, sorry, I'm late. I didn't want to be here.
we had a thing on the north side. Sorry, I made it as quickly as I could.
Yep, this was it. Because that's what I told. So our children have practice at 4:00 tomorrow at the Icon, which is not ideal for children that attend Valley Middle School. So Jet doesn't have a prayer of being on time to practice tomorrow, and his mother speeds. But sad story. Get ready, you guys. It's gonna be devastating. I have to buy a new fuzzbuster because when we were in Omaha, Nebraska 2 weekends ago for hockey, got it stolen out of my car.
What the heck?
Yes, I know. And I had sentimental value attached to that fuzzbuster. Can I buy a new one? Yes. Did me and that one have good times together? And did it get me out of many speeding tickets? It did. So it was really hard to let it go. But That's what you get when you don't lock your car in Omaha, Nebraska, because you live your life like everywhere is Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yeah.
perhaps it's just time. Maybe a new family needed that fuzz.
Yeah, it's upsetting though because I don't want them to have it, and I ranted, and then I had to drive back from Omaha. Did I reduce my speed? Not a chance. But I had to be a little nervous about that, and I didn't want to be. So it seemed unfair. First world problems, you know.
Speaking of the drive back from Nebraska, I think we should, not necessarily an episode, but I think we should do episode prep at the Dakota Magic Sportsbook sometime and make a lot of dumb futures bets on Mexican soccer and Canadian football.
I'm overdue for a Dakota Magic trip. That's being said coming home from Las Vegas, but I live show at Dakota Magic Casino or Shooting Star Casino. Either one. Either is fine. But you're right, we should do Dakota Magic because they have a sports book. I don't think Minot has that yet, but I think they are getting one.
Corey, who's your lock to win Mexican soccer this year?
Mexico has soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah.
I hope Shocker's the team. That'd be a good guess.
Well, it's something.
Yeah. So, as Kelly said, this is episode 1 of season 2. We started with a nice tight ship as usual. In the interim, since when did we do the live episode? August?
Ooh, gosh, when was that?
Let's say then.
Sure.
It's August, September.
A lot of clamor for another live episode, so we'll have to try that again.
The live episode was fun. That was a lot of fun. Especially when Eric Fabian arrived on his bicycle.
On the bike.
Highlight of the night.
The bike was the best part.
Yep.
We actually had an offer from Ty Zeltinger and said he'd run the camera and the lights. So that would be maybe too much production value for what we offer.
Never enough.
But nice to have it all the same. In the interim, from then to now, obviously a lot of hockey has transpired. I had a lot of stories I found and dropped. Tryouts have started, ended. Preseason stuff has started and ended. The NHL has started. College hockey has started.
Well, I'll ask you that, guys.
So many things.
How did you ever survive another year of youth sports hockey tryouts? And how did you get through it?
Barely. I think I said about this time last year, I think you can feel in town like a palpable sense of like tension.
I agree. But it was it's more enjoyable when your kid's a second year. You know, like they're the top dogs out there. Not that means, you know, like they still have to try out and stuff, but I think that like Jet went in still nervous. He lives his life nervous. That's the way that he exists. But like I remember last year he was such a wreck. Like he was a wreck. And this year he was a little bit more, you know, like he kind of knew what to expect. So he understood. But that first year of official tryouts is, you know, they come in like this because it's
right. Good point. Yeah.
You know, so now when they kind of are familiar with the process and everything like that, I think it makes it a little bit easier. But still, you know, like I said, that child is nothing but nerves. So I'm glad tryouts are done. That's
it's nice to get through that week and come out the other side and start playing and practicing, and then everyone I think settles into a nice routine that way. You get to know who you know. One of the questions I had during the week ran into another mom I know, and she said, just want to know, you know, it's not the team so much, but who are the other parents we're going to hang out with? Because it's a long time.
The more important question.
Yeah.
All right. This can't just be about children. Right.
30, 40 minutes of hangout time is important. It takes up a lot of social time in your winter.
Yeah, you can't blame the kids for wishing for a friend because the adults are doing it. Please be one friend. Be a friend. Be a friend.
Yeah, and speaking of those kind of long, important decisions as a new hockey season starts up, one part of tryouts really grinded my gears, Kyle. The fact that a bunch of dads were apparently hanging out in the sin bin and I didn't get an invite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. I think I got
it's
one.
Awkward.
Yeah. I went in long enough to buy and drink a beer in the same without leaving the bar, just to make sure I registered, I was there.
Isn't it just kind of unspoken? That's where the dads go during tryouts as a sin-bin?
It
I
is,
even knew that, and I'm not invited.
It is, and I know that full well, but it's way more fun to complain about the fact that I couldn't have even gone those nights because I was busy, but my wife was there, and she said, "Hey,
why anyways, guys?"
She's like, "Why aren't you here? All the dads are here." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in the middle of like 18 things, but boy, am I going to give them crap about this."
That's good. Yeah.
I don't know. I got so many invitations, just couldn't make it. But
yeah,
and my feelings aren't hurt. So
no, I'm okay with this whole thing, as you can clearly see.
I don't even care.
Sometimes worth it to not get the invite, but then also then claim the moral high ground afterwards. Because you can claim, you get 2-3 weeks out of that.
Bingo. Yep. You can be like, you guys, really? Did you need to go? And then just pretend that's where you're at, so that you can seem like a better person.
Which, has a value unto itself.
Yeah.
So that's my only tryout story, because now I only have one kid in youth hockey, which phenomenal.
That's
wild.
wild.
Time.
Yeah.
And my other kid's like, I was like, "When's tryouts for high school hockey?" And he looks at me and goes, "Oh." I was like, "You better figure that out, dude." He's like, "Well, don't you do that?" I said, No, I don't.
He's still in football season though, right?
He is.
Yeah. So that's hard, because it kind of runs in. But November high school tryouts, right?
I think
it would have to be. I mean, November's on Friday, which is a weird thought, but
yeah, I feel like it's in 2 weeks-ish, but like around that time.
Like second week. I know. Every year, my husband has to do it. Every year, I act like he's only been coaching now. I think if Jed is 13 this year, this is Matt's 11th year coaching. Wow. And every year I act like this is a surprise and we've never done it before. I'm like, since when are tryouts? And Matt's like, we do this every year. I'm like, I just forget. I just block it out.
Court, so you alluded to the fact that you've got one going from football to hockey. Do you know, just out of curiosity, do you notice, is there a bleed over in terms of interest level, or is it a hard stop with one and a cold start with the other?
So my oldest is incredibly linear. When he's playing one sport, he wants to play that sport and nothing else. When he was younger, we tried to do he had some opportunities to skate with some different programs during baseball season. And I encouraged him strongly to try out for these things. And it did not go well for me and him in our relationship. And it took me way too long to realize that when he's in one sport, he just wants to play the one sport. Yeah. When he's in another sport, he wants to do that one. And so there's some bleed over. He actually is gone right now at a what's called a rider skate. So the senior high just the boys get together and have a skate. So he'll do that, but he really just wants to focus on the one he's in.
Yeah.
That's good though. I think that's healthy, because otherwise I think it can get a little overwhelming. These kids, their schedules are busier and busier. So I like that he can be in one and then turn the page. That's it. Ideally that's what a multi-sport athlete should be.
Right.
But yeah, I tell you what though, I remember football cheerleading, and this is the time of year where I went from like, football's so fun, I love this, and then the cold came and I'm like, this is the worst, can we just lose and be done? I'm freezing to death. So it's football season. It takes a turn in North Dakota weather of like, this is enjoyable to this is miserable, and I can't do that.
Well, when you're deciding too which spouse goes with which kid, I'm fairly certain the fact that the high in Grand Forks on Friday is 45 had nothing to do with the fact my spouse is going for the hockey weekend inside a nice hotel.
The one in the arena.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I'll go with Parker it is crap mine out, but it's going to be warm.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah. She's like, you didn't go football last weekend, so why don't you go sit outside and freeze your ass off while your kid maybe plays some special team minutes?
Yeah. No, it's not fun. It it is, but not if you're sitting still, or like we were even like moving for cheerleading, but not moving like the football players. But some of them don't. Some of them are standing. Like football is a large team, so you do spend a lot of time standing there, so you're freezing.
before Corey alluded to the hotels, before we move on to that, because I know we want to spend some time on it, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, Kelly, but do you have a cheer that asked the team to lose so we don't freeze to death, or was that just in your head?
That was just me heckling them. I'm like, come on! I'm freaking freezing my ass off over here. Let's be done.
Feels like there's some pretty good rhymes you could bust out there.
Central, okay, like football's not their sport. Although, to be fair, it was my senior year. We won state my senior year, but because we had one thing, and his name was Jake Marto. It's like that was the difference there. So we had a much longer season for that reason and that. Or no, I think we had second that year. No, I think we won. I'm old. So it's and I'm sorry, I never put as much importance on football as I do hockey. I can tell you exactly what we did hockey-wise in high school, but the old memory's starting to fade out for football. But like I said, the year we had Jake Marto as my senior year, because we're the same age, we did significantly better than most years. So,
follow-up to the follow-up. Is everyone familiar with the 1986 film Wildcats?
Yes.
Goldie Hawn?
Tom Cruise. Yes. Okay, when you say Goldie Hawn, I was going to say, I thought I'd seen, yes, I love Goldie Hawn.
Oh, that's Tom Cruise. That's all the right
cheerleaders from Wildcats, cheerleaders from Bring It On.
See, I'm a millennial, so I got to go Bring It On.
Sure.
Bring It On is a, it's a life changer film for me. I go Toros.
Good choice. Corey?
I have not seen. I was thinking All the Right Moves.
No, that's too serious.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen the movie Wildcats and don't remember most of it, but I have had to sit through the god-awful film with the Toros and the atmosphere. So I feel like both of these are a negative and neither makes a positive.
Hey, it's cold in here. There must be some Toros in the atmosphere.
Yeah. Probably going to go with the Wildcats. Woody Harrelson's in the movie.
I love Woody Harrelson. He's so good.
You do have to remember, at that point in my life, I had two older sisters, and so I didn't get to watch decent films. I watched things like The Quarterback Princess and The Cutting Edge.
Hell yeah. You lucky duck.
No. I knew every word to most New Kids on the Block songs, and it was not something I purposefully did.
I had a New Kids on the Block Barbie. And,
oh, wow.
Yep, and they even had like rat tails. It was cool. I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I could probably sing more Janet Jackson songs than I even want to admit.
Wow. Now, with or without a nipple out?
Either is fine.
Okay.
I mean,
I just thought maybe one like kind of would help you like get into the Janet Jackson vibe.
I think
I hate the hard transition, but boy, I think having a hockey dad wardrobe malfunction might be something that one would have to arrange this season.
We can do it.
Why not? You know what I mean?
Pause, stir.
Yeah.
We need a little flavor.
Would you have like a political message or like?
No,
just nip.
We're not. I was just thinking gratuitous nudity, but Kyle, you had to bring politics in.
I was just curious if you have, you know what I mean, like
pasty, no pasty.
Yeah. I think pasty is appropriate at our age.
Yeah. I managed to find, and I'm going to, if you'll indulge me, the Wildcat cheerleaders, just to make sure everyone has a vote here.
Okay.
Well, you should be able to see this.
You should be able to share your screen. Oh, technology eludes Kyle.
Get it, girls. See, I stick with what I said. Bring it on.
She can't keep up with that.
Gotta say, I think Bring It On was better.
Torrance.
No way.
But I mean, it's probably because you showed me a video of Swanson Spurley and Tom Bach just cheering in the stands. I assume that's what I just saw.
I haven't seen this video. I would like to see this video.
Probably make that happen. So, not that one can belabor cheerleaders, but we should probably move on to hotels. Off air, Kelly was bemoaning the fact that we are likely buying the owner. We're probably buying Mr. Hampton yet another home in the Hamptons, given the travel schedule here. Cost aside, are you looking forward to anything hotel related this year?
I do, like, cost aside, I do enjoy the travel trips. I really do. I like my own bed. I have a very nice mattress, so I get very mattress snobby. So I don't love sleeping in a hotel, but it's a different thing when it's like all the kids are together, all the parents are together. So that I always do enjoy, but the cost, and I like, it's gotten so much worse because, like, I feel like there was a time where, like, you saw like $99 a night. I can't remember the last time I paid that for a hotel. I can't. It's a distant memory. It's a pre-COVID memory.
Oh yeah.
Now you're like $165 a night for the Motel 8 with outside entrance. That's not terrible.
Yeah, it's right. The perception of that changes quickly. Like when I was a kid, I went to work in Michigan for a summer, drove out there, and I stopped at a hotel which was $60 a night. Called my parents to let them know I made it to wherever, Wisconsin. Hey, I got this hotel. It was $60, and it was. I still remember. What? $60? Where are you?
Yeah.
Now,
if they told you, if you called for like a room block, and they're like, "Well, we're thinking $60 a night," you'd be like, "Is there a door on this room?"
Right. Yeah. You're assuming it's just open warfare.
If it doesn't come with one, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I just assumed it would be a microtel then.
Those aren't even cheap, and they're microtel.
It used to be.
It's just closet.
The hard stench of marijuana when you walked into a microtel usually meant you'd be getting out of there for $80 a night, but I mean, not anymore.
Not anymore. Now you look at the microtel, and like, microtels are not exactly hockey travel friendly because your kid's bag takes up half of a normal sized room. Mm-hmm. And the air mattress you have to bring because only king sizes were left. Then you're screwed, like you're paying for a room to put an air mattress in. That's the point in life that we're in, is that if you guys could just give me some place to sleep that's not my car, I'll pay you a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's great that hotel prices are soaring. Hockey sticks are $400 a stick, even though they break every other week. This is just a great sport that you got me involved in. I just so appreciate it.
It's fun.
And for all that, and for all the and Kelly, you missed out on this one. You can go to a bad hotel in Sartell with a list of rules that looks like the century code. Rule after rule after rule. You can't walk. You can't look this. You can't look to the left after 9 o'clock. You can't walk too quickly. You can't go in the pool.
Was it one of those initial the rules at the front desk?
No, they just have them posted everywhere, and hotel employees that take it way too seriously.
I always love the ones that they hear you're a hockey team, and they get out an actual form of rules just for hockey teams. Like, no in the pool after this. We better not see one hockey stick in here, mini or other. Like, you can't even bring your sticks in out of the car because apparently they're going to play hockey in the building. And I'm like, they're not. And if this gets stolen out of the car, my family can't afford to eat for the rest of the month. So please let us bring it in the building. So I know that hockey teams are notoriously hated among the hotel community. That they're not well liked.
And I guess I understand there's probably some bad behavior, but also it just brings in so much. If you're the general manager of that, they should be like kissing your butt coming in, because it's to the tune of thousands of dollars just to show up, right? And those kids will bring up $1,000 just on the snack bar.
Oh my gosh, okay. you guys remember, hotels never used to have those pantries.
No.
That might be the most financially upsetting thing ever because Jet Moreland cannot say no to a hotel pantry. He's getting the Easy Mac. He's getting Cheetos. He's getting Doritos. He's getting a Sprite. When I look at the charges at the end, and like, he just catches me in a good mood with other parents and stuff, and I'm like, whatever, sure. And then I look afterwards, and I'm like, what did we do here? Did I just pay $6 for a bag of Welch's fruit snacks that big? I did.
For 2 Oreos.
Yep. Yeah.
But that's why we call him 2 entree Jet.
Yeah. Oh my God. That guy, I hope he gets really, really good at hockey because he needs to. Because he needs to make some money in his life. Because easy money Moreland, you know? Like, hey, my parents can go back to work. They love that.
You know, it's so great that we're spending thousands and thousands of dollars to make our kids into above average beer league hockey players.
Bingo, Corey. I'm so glad that I spend thousands of dollars on a guy that called me a pick-me girl that wears too much makeup the other day. A little bit. I'm like, why do I do that? Yes. He's accurate. God, it was accurate. I think that's why it hurt the most is I was like, ooh, he read me like a book, but I do too many nice things for him. That's the moral.
To sidetrack us a little bit, since your kid got you so good, my oldest was wanting to watch a tape of my high school state championship game. Now, don't get too big on that because I was a sophomore special teamer on a team that won state championship at 9-man Class B, which I can't talk any lower about this team than I just did. My kid desperately wanted to watch me play football. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll grab this old VHS and we'll send it into a company and have it converted. Well, I did not know where this keepsake box was. So I asked Jess, can you please go down to the basement and find this keepsake box? And 45 minutes later, I had a very angry spouse coming upstairs with a tin box going, I just found a tin box of all your ex-girlfriend's love letters to you. And I'm looking at her going, I didn't put it in there. This is crap my mom dug out of my high school room and threw into a bin. I didn't even know what was in there.
That's one. Please tell me these exist.
Was Jess able to read them in German?
I don't know if she knows or not. I might be making up. When I say girlfriends, that might be slightly exaggerating. But maybe I mean a person that I made up, like the linebacker for Notre Dame. But it doesn't matter. But
she was super hot, and you guys had to be there.
Yeah.
Mein Liebchen, das ist so gut.
Exactly. But then my lovely wife found I think it was my sophomore football picture. And it was in a button. And so she brought it upstairs to show the kids. And Parker looks at it and goes, huh, you look like skinny Steve Rogers on Captain America.
Oh, gosh.
I was like, oh, thank you, Parker. And then he showed me a picture of skinny Steve Rogers next to my high school football picture. I'm like,
super accurate?
He's right.
Yeah. It hurts worse when it's accurate. Like, it's like, yeah, that's accurate. Damn it. Man,
you're an asshole and my progeny, and I'm proud of you for neither.
You're an asshole, but you're freaking good at it. That hurts. It hurts a little bit.
That's a pretty good thing.
Sorry, I got a sidetrack, but I couldn't help it.
No worries.
That was a solid burn by Jed as well.
Yeah. I haven't had mine yet, but I feel it's probably coming. Those kids are really, really astute on the ask for the snack bar because they catch you when you're sitting with the other parents or you're in the middle of a story and you're just like, yeah, whatever, just go away for 5 minutes. And
buy whatever gets you away from me, and that's where I go on.
And I really appreciate some of the kids acting like high rollers too, just like the fruit snacks for everybody on me,
Hey, guys, we're not paying for it; we're charging it.
Yeah. And then, hey, can I have your card so you can run over to the gas station to buy more of the stuff we just ran through here? It's quite the racket they got.
They do.
It makes it even worse when there's a McDonald's next door that's charging $12 for a hamburger these days, and they just want to run over as a group to grab their 8th meal of the day.
Yeah.
I heard that they were just kind of freely going between the hotel and the McDonald's,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, the free breakfast and then the McDonald's breakfast and then
Yeah.
Hey,
Why would
you
you
know the way
eat
to
the
the game?
free breakfast when McDonald's will charge you for breakfast, you know?
Mhm.
Well, for sure.
Just think about that.
Yeah.
And I think there's actually less rubber in the hotel breakfast than those McGriddles that they were buying.
Right. Well, and I mean, you might as well take the I love when they're like, and there's I know it's continental breakfast, but some of it call it complimentary, and I'm like, no.
Oh, you
I'm
paid for it.
paying $219 a night to stay here, so this is not complimentary. No, but okay.
Damn kids.
The worst.
We talked a little bit about this last year, and I'd like to at some point have them on, but I think I told you guys I'd read a book about Pee Wee hockey in Connecticut. And
Yes.
how different that is. While I'm assuming a lot of the stories are the same, so many of these are different where they they have to go and play a game in New York City and they see like Mark Messier on the other bench. And their complaints are funny because it's like, well, we knew we were in for a tough team because they're, instead of just like low-end BMWs in the parking lot, they were high-end Range Rovers. So the kids knew they were in for a tough role that game. So I'd really like to have this cat on to talk about some of those little vagaries between the two. But I'm curious what those kids picked up versus our kids. And we're right back this weekend to the first team we played had a 6-footer with a little bit of stubble on the chin, and they were all about what's this guy gonna do? And I'm curious, now that they're again well into Pee Wee, we'll start seeing more of that now, and curious how the kids react.
Yeah.
I remember doing it myself.
Where it's men playing boys. So some of these, I mean, we played in a tournament last year in Grand Forks, and a kid from Thief River Falls had full facial hair. I'm like, he can't be older than 13. And that child has a full beard. I mean, you could see it when they were facing off near the boards. I'm like, yeah, no, my kid's not quite there. Mine's kind of a little guy. So I'm like, do your best, buddy. But it's interesting. But Bantams are kind of the same. Bantams, it evens out a little bit more, but Pee Wee's is really the
first appearance of that.
Yep, it's a all shades of puberty.
Yeah.
Pee Wee's is great because you can listen to these kids walking out the hotel from the free breakfast to McDonald's, and one goes, "Yeah, do you want to get some McDonald's?" And one's, "Oh, I'd like to get McDonald's. Yeah, let's go."
I know, and then like you don't see these kids for 3 months, and then like they walk in, and I'm like, who the hell is that? And just, that's Ryder. I'm like, that is not Ryder. That you're a liar. That is a foreign exchange student. There's no way. So it's a weird time.
Yeah.
It's a very weird time. Seventh and 8th grade, weird times.
Yeah. And then they run outside and play tag like they're 7.
Yeah. Yep. And like, have you noticed now too? Like, do you remember the count? Like, and I know you guys are gonna give me shit. And you're like, no, you weren't in there. Your mom. The pool hours. I didn't probably log as many as you guys because the moms do generally try to sewer the dads with pool duty.
Yeah.
But like, we're having a shift now. Every once in a while, the pool is cool, and the hot tub has become cooler.
Yeah.
But we don't always want to do that now. Like, whereas before you were like begging the front desk lady to shut everything down. Like, and now they're like, I don't know, we'll probably not. I don't know if we'll go to the pool or not. Maybe we'll sit in the hot tub or something. And I'm like, this is a weird shift. Our interests are changing now. Now we like to sit on our phones next to each other.
Yes. Yeah.
There is a hard shift after Pee Wee's to the first year of Bantams. Pee Wee's still will enjoy the pool. In Bantams, no longer cool to go in the pool.
Cool.
It's just hot tub only.
Why would you do something fun and enjoyable? How stupid.
Well, they couldn't at the hotel either because they made it
embarrassing.
25 minutes before they got booted from the pool.
They're not cute anymore. Now,
Yeah.
everything that was before, like, that's kind of cute. Now it's like, you're pimply and awkward. Get the hell out of here.
Now, in the kids' defense, I went down to the pool area to find other dads who had not gone down there yet, and the lady at the front desk said, "Are you with these idiots?" And I was like, "Well, I can be. Do you want me to watch them?" She's like, "Yes, someone has to." So I'm fine. So I watched them be kids in a pool, and unfortunately, there was a couple older people in the hot tub who didn't enjoy watching boys be loud and have fun. I didn't think they crossed any lines. They were just being obscenely loud, acting like 13-year-old kids and jumping
Right.
in and out of a hot tub and pool. I mean, they were loud. It was pretty loud. But I was like, okay. And she's like, you got to kick them, or we got to kick them out. I was like, okay, tell them why. And she's like, well, there's no horseplay allowed in the pool. And I was like, did you say there's no horseplay or no play allowed in the pool?
Yeah.
But on the bright side, by the time we left the hotel, the woman who had booted them from the pool became kind of our best friend because she sat and talked to us for quite a while. So
There you go.
Yeah.
all's well that ends well.
Yeah. Listen, you'd hate to see children having fun. That would be the worst. Not on my watch. Okay.
The stuff that we used to do as kids in a hotel pool, and I rarely got to go to a hotel, but when we did, we had fun. And I remember it distinctly. There's kids all over the place running around like animals, and there was nothing. Now, if you're allowed in a hotel pool, oh God forbid.
Yeah, I know. It's something. But yeah, like I said, we don't have to deal with it for much longer because it's phasing out. It's not cool anymore. Although I have a squirt, so I still.
It's coming right back.
Yeah, I believe it. And this is first travel year.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So we had 2 traveling now. So they're a little bit more fun. They still think girls are gross and weird. So they're still enjoyable. They're not like ours that like send pictures of their nostrils, snap nostril pics to their girlfriends all the time, which I'll never understand.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it, but yeah.
Well, I just recently got Instagram, and I still don't understand how that works. So I'll keep working on it.
No, Instagram's awesome, but you need to level up and you need to go to Snap. Okay?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Feels like too many things.
Come on. All right? Join the dark side. You also need TikTok.
Nope.
So that you can never get anything done again.
Speaking of Snap, Kelly, I had a 3-day Snap streak with your roommate, and I sent him another one to follow up on that. Nothing. Ghosted me for nearly a week.
That's such a man move. Such a man. Yeah. And yes, Kyle, to be fair, he doesn't know what a snap streak is. Okay. So there is also that. I'll educate him, but it's a constant battle. He is a millennial, but he identifies as a boomer. And I have to run that all the time.
Do you have to file with somebody for that, like tell Social Security or the government?
Yeah, I don't know. Like even tonight when we were driving past the haunted car wash, and I'm like, oh, we're pulling in. Let's do it. And he goes, no, let's get home. I'm kind of tired. I'm like, we're going to the haunted car wash. Let's have a little fun. And his exact words were, not on my watch. And I'm like, truer words have never been spoken, Matt Moreland. We did go to the haunted car wash. I was driving. So
yeah.
So not only did he actually have no real authority in that decision, which we all knew in the first place.
You really wanted to, though. Like you really wanted to. Like he had so many things to do. We couldn't go through the 6-minute car. And I told him, I said, it was fun. It was spooky. And you got your car washed. I'm like, that's, in my opinion, that's a pretty good night. It was a $7 car wash. So
even better.
I was like being in a time machine. Like paid for we fell into a time tear is what we did to pay $7 for a car wash where somebody bangs on your window.
Wasn't this the same guy who, when we all got together one nice early fall, late summer evening, wouldn't come over because it was 8:00 and he was already comfortable on his couch?
100%. You have to. He is a fun hater, and I have to I have to try make him fun every day, and it is exhausting. But I do it. So.
Hey, Kyle, since it's in the liner notes, what's taser?
Taser.
Were you at the meeting, Corey?
What was that?
I guess you weren't paying attention at the meeting.
Kyle, do I ever pay attention to meetings?
It is an acronym that the kids made up for how to remember
tenacity. What were the? Okay, so it was tenacity,
relentless,
yes.
accountability,
and we're just going to say yes.
Supportive, relentless.
Oh, should have taken a picture.
What Kyle said it. You snuck it in. He said supportive.
Support. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, much like fetch, taser is now a thing.
And so, just to confirm, when you had other easier acronyms like STAR, you decided personally to go with taser.
Taser. Yes.
Obviously, skipping the E in taser.
Obviously, yeah.
It's like the brand Unreal, like UNRL. You know, like the kids just take out all the unnecessary stuff. It's cool.
People that like to have words spelled all the way correctly also like metric, Corey. So
that's right. So that's that's some boomer energy, Corey. We don't.
I'm sorry, you guys have a problem with weights and measurements being equal 10-part units? What's wrong with that,
Corey? I agree. But Kyle is committed to being an American now. So he's done with that. That effective, sensical bullshit.
12 inches will be a foot. Well, won't a foot be 12? Will 12 feet be a yard? Oh, if it were only that simple.
If it were only that simple. Yes.
You don't want to know, Corey, when the mediation business comes along, I'm going to name it Corey Counseling with Kyle. I'm just going to shorten it. I'm going to drop CCK, but I'm not going to tell you how we're going to pronounce that.
I thought you were going to say you were going to spell Kyle with a C. We were going to call it CNC Music Factory, but
Kyle.
That's the back end.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I'm gonna also incorporate, because like I tell you guys that too much of my time is on TikTok. I don't regret it. If at any time you guys want to turn this into a Free the Menendez Brothers podcast, just say the word, okay? Because I am ready. They're almost out of jail.
Yep.
And it's my life's mission. So if we ever want to pivot away from youth hockey into freeing the Menendez brothers, you just let me know. Okay? I just want to put that out there.
I think we've reduced our youth hockey content to 15% of this podcast. I gotta be real honest.
Then let's just do it. So your guys' homework is to brush up on the Menendez brothers case and watch Monsters on Netflix. Okay? Don't watch.
I want you to know, in full honesty, I have no intention of doing that.
Come on, Corey. Oh my God! Don't you? I guess we don't care about the important things. Okay? I can't care for everyone.
I feel like you can actually.
I really can. I also, the best part is, so I watched Monsters. Fabulous, great show. Upsetting, beyond upsetting. Not a children's show. But I'm walking past Jet's room and I hear the name Lyle, which is not a name. And I peek and I go, "What did you just start on Netflix?" He's like, "Monsters." I go, "No." I go, "No, kids can't watch that." I'm like, "They cannot watch that." I'm like, "And you're not going to." And don't get any ideas, okay? Because you have a really good team going here.
Yeah, he can't afford the hotel.
So, yeah. So if we want to pivot to that at any time, I'm just saying is that I'm ready.
Like a natural spot for a show spin-off, but we'll have to talk to the producers.
Yep. You guys know I've been begging for a murder podcast episode for some time now. So.
Have you watched Only Murders in the Building?
I have not watched that.
You should watch that one, because then we need someone to have a neighborhood where bodies are dropping, but then that would also be a good progression.
Okay.
So I'm not suggesting you play the role of Selena Gomez because I'm not that mean.
I like
We
Selena.
have to talk like this without moving your mouth ever again, just like this. Okay, guys, come on. It's time to do this. Which is annoying.
That's extremely accurate.
Yeah, thanks. What's everybody drinking, by the way? Because I ran out of beer, now I'm on a bottle of limoncello.
Limoncello?
Wow.
Ooh.
Ooh la la, Kyle.
I'm thinking I'm fancy. I'm not. You're fancy.
Limoncello out of the bottle is not fancy.
It feels pretty fat. You know, if you had a straw in that bottle, like a big old curly Q straw, like one of the kid ones,
Yeah.
dynamite.
Feels European.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
See, that's when I make a joke like dynamite.
Yeah.
And Kelly has no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Listen, my house bunny joke fell flat last night, but I did send out videos to let people know that that was a banger. Okay.
Yeah.
You had to be there.
Yeah.
Only Kelly would send out follow-up texts to make sure everyone understood how damn funny her joke really was.
I sent Amanda the first one last night, and I said it was like late, and I said I just need someone to understand. And she did. She was there.
It landed.
Oh, that's great. The worst part is, Kelly, I have in fact seen the entire movie, The House Bunny. I'm just making fun of you. I have seen it all.
I love The House Bunny. It's so good. So good.
Jess also enjoyed the movie, The House Bunny. Ergo, that's why we watched it way back when.
Yeah.
I have to fight the urge when people introduce themselves not to do that. Natalie. I just want to so bad. But then I run the risk nobody has seen that movie, and then they won't know what's going on. And then I scare people even more than usual. I'm trying to rein that in.
I think that was the same time that Jess would make me go to all the Matthew McConaughey movies where he just repeatedly took his shirt off. And I would just keep looking at her and go, I don't know what the problem is. I look exactly the same without a shirt on.
That's what I look like. It's like looking in a mirror.
Yeah. I also have hair and more than one ab.
Doesn't everyone?
To be fair, Matthew McConaughey also went through a period where he did not have hair and then he had hair again.
True.
It tends to happen in Hollywood. I think there's a lot of hair transplants that don't get publicized, but they happen. They would have to.
And then nobody just says anything. It's like, oh yeah, this was always here. Like,
yeah, your line went right back. Yeah,
I think so, but that's fine. So we're at the hour mark. It is Minot week. As we segue towards that, kids are going to play Minot this weekend. Is there anything either of you that you are looking forward to for this season, or not looking forward to? And as a follow-up to that, any predictions, any weird stuff we see in the stands, either at home or away?
I'll let Kelly go first. I feel like she's going to put some good flavor into this one.
Well, no, I'm actually like, this is I'm nervous for these games this weekend, especially Minot, because Jet has played with these kids now this summer, and I'm going to say that they're a good team, but we're a better team. And so I think it's going to be a very good game. I think it's going to, like, start to finish, be very fast-paced, high intensity, and physical. So I'm excited to see this game. As for predictions for, I hope there's just good quality content. I love people that like, I don't want to get kicked out of the game, but I want to watch you get kicked out of the game. Like, that's how I am. Like, so I love the parents that like really give it their all. So it's my favorite part of hockey. I look forward to it. It's a colorful game, and it really, really should be. So I'm here for it. I'm here for all of the hockey shenanigans. So and I always enjoy. I used to be afraid to work in the box because I felt like I was going to screw everything up, like the scorebook and stuff. But now I feel a little bit more confident in it. That's the best spot in the house, is when you are between those children in the penalty box. It's fantastic. It's the trash talking is wonderful. These kids are quick and smart. And so I highly recommend volunteering for that spot because you get and Jet doesn't agree, but I always feel like my music playlist is good. And so I'm waiting for the call up because I just to drop some bangers.
Yeah.
So
go to banger for warm up.
Yeah. Ooh, I always kind of go towards like Motley Crue. They're kind of my go-to, like Kickstart My Heart. I just feel like that if that one doesn't get you amped up, you're probably on life support.
Yeah.
So that's one, but like, Jet always wants to bring in like the really terrible rap.
Yeah.
And I do some rap, but some of the stuff they listen to now, I'm like, that is not music. That is horrendous.
Well, yeah, it's nice to have a mix, you know what I mean? Like you do your 80s rock and Jet does rap, and then Corey will do like Idleweiss or Lily Marlene or one of those old things, you know what I mean?
Don't forget Mambo number 5.
Corey, you're rooting.
Sorry.
Man, does that one get the kids energized? Yeah.
Corey.
What? You've asked a lot of questions. Which one are we on? I can't remember.
What you're looking forward to?
Beating Minot by 15.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there, so I don't have to back that up whatsoever. I am looking forward to sitting in the freezing football stands on Friday night with an earbud in, listening to your call of the game, and then cheering out loud at inopportune times in the football game at what's going on. So, because I've never been known to make things awkward, and damn it, I'm going to keep doing it.
On that note, the broadcast crew, well, it's nice to have it at 3. It's going to have to go to 4. So we need someone answering the live chat.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, probably have to bring on but only the person filming can answer the live chat. So you'd have to have someone monitoring the live chat, right?
Can you type back to them though without it going away?
Yeah, you can. And now that I think about it, everyone who watches the live feed can see that. So if we designated someone to be the answer, they could probably give straightforward answers that have don't carry the jovial weight of the broadcasting.
I'm willing to help, but like I said, that was number one question because I could definitely see myself like every time I touch the phone, cutting off the broadcast and
doing a lot. Lot moving parts there.
It's very on brand for me. If with proper instruction, I would give it a shot.
Okay, I think that works. I'm looking forward to finding, much like we did last year, a really high-end bar restaurant that not only caters to us, but lets the kids do something. We have a year's worth of anecdotes like Corey and I got from international clubs.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like went to parent time. That's where my mind should have went. I was thinking too much about the kids, and that's like I said, we are the financial workhorses of this, so we should be thinking about us.
I will only be very upset if this turns out to be the best hockey weekend trip of the year, and I missed it, and I go and pull a full-on Swainsey.
Yeah, I think there's lots of. It's early, you know what I mean. The best times tend to come in the depths of the season.
That's true. We're just warming up. Yeah. We're in the warm-ups.
Yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint, people.
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, we have a lot left to cover. We haven't touched on a lot of NHL, which is fine. Corey, what are you drinking now? Where's Pit It In?
I'm into a whiskey sour.
I like that.
Ooh.
My daughter brought it down to me, so that was very kind of her.
Holy cow!
Goodness.
Now,
I'd be down here for a week dead, and my family wouldn't notice. They'd be like, "Has anyone seen her?"
No, that's the difference. My basement just looks like somewhere where you would put a body for a week to die.
So it's mine.
If I get too much further in this limoncello, it's going to happen.
I gotta say, this might be the first ever podcast for North Dakota After Dark where one of the hosts of the thing is drinking straight out of the liquor bottle.
I was gonna say, Kyle went back to college here. Like, what do I have to drink? Hand sanitizer? That'd be fun.
I'll have you know I'm the faculty advisor for a frat on campus, Kelly.
So after that bottle of limoncello, he's got a 12-pack of Boone's Farm.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure which frat, but I have
like PTSD.
Got a nasty message from someone from the Greek Council. Like, if you don't do this mandatory training, we're going to suspend them for the entire year. You know what? I could go full Eric Stratton and show up like Animal House.
Yeah.
Or I could do 5 minutes of training.
Well, I want you to know, if you go full Eric Stratton, I'm going to follow you around. Follow you around on campus, and whenever you shake someone's hand, I'm going to say, that was Eric Stratton. He was the rush chair. He was damn glad to meet you.
I did the damn glad to meet you for a long time, and nobody got it. I don't think I've ever been angrier.
Oh, you shook the wrong people's hands.
Yeah.
Kyle, one time, the next time I see you, I will give you a damn glad to meet you.
Yeah. I even had, the college sweatshirt for the longest time.
Yes. I have seen quite a few of those back in the day. Good stuff. But I hate to interject with this one, but brought my brain onto a topic. Favorite Boone's Farm flavor?
We did not have Boone's Farm in Canada. We had a different one. I'm missing the name. So I'm going to use that answer just to fit in.
Okay.
The fuzzy navel flavor. Yeah.
Solid one.
Drank a lot of that. Pretty sure threw it up once or twice. And you got to drink a lot of Boone's Farm to do that, because it's not like it's like there's not like a heavy amount of alcohol in there. It's more Kool-Aid than it is anything explaining the price. That's why they can charge like 6 cents for it. But that was probably the preferred. If I was going to pick a flavor, that would have been it.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I was the fuzzy navel guy. I thought that was the best. But Strawberry Hill and Blue Hawaiian were also solid flavors.
Yes. The Blue Hawaiian, though,
Sugary.
got a little sick flavor when, like bottle 3.
Yeah.
That's, what you're intended to drink. That's the recommended dose for. Kyle, did you have an equivalent of Boone's Farm?
It was like an Arbor Mist knockoff. My grandma liked to have it at birthday parties. So you get a chocolate cake and you drink half a bottle of whatever this was with grandma. And it was that. I'm assuming it's like mixed berry, but grandma could put half that down, and then you have to make her a Caesar, and then it's on. We're going to eat that cake, and then we're going to talk about some stuff,
I love that you brought up Arbor Mist, because that was also a very big one. The blackberry Arbor Mist. Maybe a bottle of that drink. Yeah. Oof. If I drank a bottle of Arbor Mist to this day, I'd need to be hospitalized for a week for the quality. I never used to understand when people would be like, "Oh, I could never drink that. I'd have a headache or stuff." And when you're in college, you're like, "What does that even mean?" Now I'm like, "Oh, I get it. There's certain mean alcohols and there's certain less mean alcohols." I'm at the age where I'm understanding that.
Speaking of mean alcohols, Corey, did you get introduced to pirate water this summer?
Yes. Remember, Kyle, I drank a pirate water live on a broadcast.
Right. Okay. I just want to make sure. I think we should do that. We should do a live taste test. The 90-minute episode, we can all go through a 4-pack.
Kyle, you made me drink Miami Vice. And the worst part is, Eric and I had a fire shortly thereafter, and I brought it out for him to taste it. And I finished it, and it may have been the worst thing I've ever drank. And keep in mind, you made me also drink Natty Daddy. Miami Vice pirate water is the closest thing to cough syrup I've ever had in my life.
Thank you. I have to say, I was like that, and not good cough syrup. The worst cough syrup that you've ever tasted in your entire life. That was rough. Matt was like, I don't know, I think it's kind of okay. I'm like, you are an uncultured swine. That is horrendous, and that actually tastes like it's been pre-thrown up for you. Like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
do you like the taste when you throw something up? Have we got a drink for you?
So Matt and then friend of the program, Tim Litzing, are the only people I know that like it. Tim likes it.
It's like you bought cough syrup at a bodega in New York City that's going to close the next day.
Yeah.
Don't. And the expiration date has been scratched off.
Yeah, that's just like, you know what? How much is it? I don't know, $1. Here you go.
But $8 for a 4-pack, so you're not far off. You know what I mean?
I drank Miami Vice Live. You gave me the margarita one to try, and then I had the other one at your house.
The one on the beach, and then one.
Yes.
There's a full pack of it at Right Spot.
Okay.
What was the one that's like pina colada flavored? That one, it was like drinking liquid sunscreen. That was bad. Like it was supposed to be coconut in the worst way possible. Yeah. Like that was not okay.
I felt in pina colada, but I can't say that for sure.
I'll have to. I think it was the yellow can. I'm gonna have to Google the Pirate Water flavors, and they have a lot of nerve saying that there's water in that because they're.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough one. So follow up there. What is does anybody or has anybody chosen like a go-to drink for the winter?
It was the Bahama Mama.
Okay.
That's what it was. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like I have to transition out of the High Noon Peach because it's a summer drink, but I'm not over it yet. I haven't done the thing I do where I like something and then I eat or drink it till I hate it. I haven't quite achieved that. I don't know. It's a food fixation thing. I don't know. If other people who suffer from this will know what I mean. Like,
no.
That was a really good red pepper taco. I should eat that every day for a week till I don't want to ever look at one again. It's a thing.
Kyle, you're onto something because I don't have anything right now that I'm transitioning to, and I could really use a new drink official drink of the 2024-25 hockey season.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of good options out there. I think it has to be somewhat portable, so you're not like having to muddle things to make it happen. You can put it in a thermos, or you can easily transport it from the room to the lobby. But also something that's enjoyable, for this autumn time and then into the depths of winter too. So it requires a little bit of thought.
Episode 2, winter drink.
Shout out to one of the dads who had 4 emergency high noons in the cooler that kept 4 moms around for an extra round.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your move.
I am reading the flavor descriptions on these Pirate Waters.
Oh, pick a good one. Read it out loud, Kelly.
Well, this one, Bahama Mama, this is the one I'm talking about, this Satan's Kiss. This is how it dares to describe it. The Pirate Water of the Caribbean. This flavor has strong notes of pineapple and orange with a hint of tropical coconut. No passport needed. There was no hint. That was disgusting. That was sunscreen central. But, Kyle, did we ever try? There's a blue flavor, Wicked Tea.
Well, as I noted, there is a full spot at Right Spot. You'll find that on Washington in Grand Forks. I will go get some tomorrow.
You're going to make me drink this live, aren't you?
No, I'm going to give you a practice round.
Corey just got a new thing to try.
Oh.
How have you been successful enough to have a new flavor?
I don't know who's buying this because I thought I might have been the only customer.
Oh, no. Anyone the same people who buy Mad Dog 2020 are all about Pirate Water.
Yeah.
Which,
by the way, Mad Dog 2020 is a far superior product than Pirate Water.
Pirate Water, yeah. I mean, I never drank that, and I'd have to agree.
Which kind of pisses me off because pirates are cool, and that is not cool.
This is not. I don't want them associated with this.
What is the alcohol content, Kelly? Do you have that up on your phone still?
I feel like it's around 10%.
Or
even 11.
Hold on. Let's see if it'll tell me. This is just the flavors. Let's see if it's about
10%.
Is it?
The Sex on the Beach one was 10%. I suppose they each could. Yeah. They say they're all relatively 10% by volume.
Nice. Yep, you're right. Pirate water is 10% alcohol by volume. 16-ounce malt beverage with 4 distinct tropical flavors.
Which I got to be honest with you guys, I had a Cutwater, 2 Cutwater iced teas, and I did not. They were delicious, but I did not pay attention to the alcohol percentage, which was 12.
Yeah.
And at a certain point in the evening, I said, "Oh, I better go to bed."
You that, Corey. What you said was rah rah rah. That's what everyone else heard.
Understandable.
And then you walked away head first.
Just so you know, Kelly, it was actually someone else who said, "Maybe Corey, you should go to bed."
Didn't even know what Corey's saying. He's screaming.
Corey's in the hot tub yelling at an 80-year-old woman. We probably should tell him to go to bed with all of his clothes on.
But in your mind, it was a very, very controlled, I think I'm a little tired. I might go to bed.
Gentlemen, I think I should call it an evening.
What a fantastic night.
We had fun. There was song. There was games. I spoke fondly of you all. I bid you adieu.
This is exactly how it went.
In an effort to be completely transparent, one of the things we haven't done is had a planning meeting for season 2, which you can probably tell by this episode. Any wish lists for guests?
Topher Scott.
The Menendez brothers, obviously. Lyle and Eric.
We should sponsor the Menendez Brothers Hockey School, because I think that would have a lot of crossover appeal.
I'm telling you, when they get out, you're going to wish we were in on this, okay? Because they're this close to getting out of prison.
Jason Ulmer, because he'd never do it.
I'll ask him.
Yeah, I don't know if Jason would do it.
Not a chance.
I'm a quiet fella.
I have a national flag in my office. I will get it. He'll put it behind me. Talk about the Blue Jays.
Play the Canadian card?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going.
Here you go, Kyle. Mike Commodore.
It's tough yet.
Give it a try. Hey, let's shoot for the stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Similar question. Repeat guess. Who should we have back? Oh, we're gonna have a poll right now.
Haley Bjerge's an obvious answer, and she takes me frequently. So we're gonna have to make that happen.
I'll have to tell you about my Bailey faux pas after this.
We also we may have to create some sort of a rivalry now that I believe Matt Moreland and Margot Miller are tied for most appearances. So I vote Margot.
Yeah, because Matt would never get off the couch.
Right. I mean, this is way too late. He can't be asked to. That's it's too much. But Margot, she's cool, so she'll come.
Yeah.
I only want Matt on the show if it's directly after a golf tournament.
Right.
Well, yes, Matt.
I don't think I read drunk. I'm like, ooh. Yeah, sure, honey. Yeah, you were awesome.
I didn't think he did either, but Eric and I had been sitting by a fire out of our house about 2 hours, and I'm like, oh God, I got to do a podcast right now.
Yeah, maybe I love the one where we had Eric as the guest in complete darkness.
That was good.
So he was on camera, but also not on camera.
He's not with an audio.
I voted another Eric Fabian. We, as our children's coach, we could put him in the hot seat.
Yeah. Why don't our kids get more playing time, Eric?
If that's your real name.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Victor back. Do you guys like that one, the Tikhonov one?
Yes. Victor was awesome. Victor was a good one.
Actual guests. Not that the other ones aren't actual guests, but some like.
Yeah.
Two kind of strings I can pull here.
I think at Christmas time we should bring back Mr. Marto, because I want to read to him the Christmas story of the jolly man who builds the hockey rinks for young boys and the jolly bearded man who builds hockey rinks for the young boys and girls of our community.
That's a great one.
100%. I'm always a Danny Marto fan. I will vote for Danny Marto.
Before we get too far into it, we need to have a Spicer on.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think actually Emily Spicer said she would come on and talk about nutrition. I think it would be a good episode.
Yeah, no, she'd be a great choice. She's lovely.
Also follows us on Instagram. And so the Bailey story, saw her on Friday. Had to go to a work meeting with a rival college hockey team. And I took the opportunity to put their sweatshirt on, so I was going to go meet with them. And Bailey's on.
No.
And she loved it. We can still be friends.
That was really big of her.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that was really big of her.
Thank you, Bailey. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was big work. She didn't mean it, but because she's not going to forgive you for that. One thing about Bailey is that she's a grudge holder from way back when.
Yeah, Bailey, I wish I had a different, or even a jacket.
Yeah, you screwed up. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's going to be hard to come back from that. But offering her another appearance on the podcast should do it, because also super easy to manipulate that way. So
that's fair.
Any more? Feel free to grab any more former UND coaches to come on.
Yeah, Gino is great.
He's a gem.
Yeah, his son Tony is a good one. GM in Sioux Falls.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
A good one.
I want you guys to know that the 3 people that are still listening to this are literally hearing us do show prep for the season live on podcast.
Yep. Yeah.
It's transparency out. We'll try and get Francois Lemay back on live from Poland.
Poland, yeah. That would be cool.
We'll see how long Corey can take to try to push a square over Francois, but
wow.
That's it. 4 Germany jokes in a night, I'm tapped out.
Yeah. You can suck it, French. God, I blew the joke.
Corey,
it came out of my mouth right away. Yeah, you're not going to get an art scoop. Let's go with marmalade at this point, because I just blew it so bad.
Just go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, good. All right. Any parting shots after that good round of show prep?
I sincerely hope you both enjoy your weekend in Minot. I hope we destroy them. I hope we convince them of the garbage town that they live in, and that's about all I can tell you about that weekend. And I can say this because I'm not going to be there, and I can.
There's no worries if you're safe.
No, there's no retribution.
Corey, would you consider signing up for Snapchat before the weekend?
I would not.
We sent a lot of semi-neat snaps to your husband, Matt. He was in Las Vegas attending a family wedding, and we sent a lot about why aren't you here to help with your kid's helmet broke? Why aren't you here, Dad? That kind of stuff. So I'd like to send this thing back to Corey.
You could do this. It'd be great, Corey.
Still no.
Think about it.
Listen, guys, I couldn't say the Archduke Ferdinand. I obviously can't sign up for Snapchat. Like, that is well beyond my capacity.
Tell yourself short, okay? We've got a whole hockey season to work on. So we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Fair point. Thank you for joining us if you chose to do so. This will be out for your listening and driving pleasure by Friday, which is now if you're listening to it. So enjoy your evening, everybody.
You guys too. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.
That's the deal.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Good night.
Great. Good night, guys.